Before making this video, I had no clue that there are people who believe the earth is flat. Yes, there are still people who believe the earth is flat. I had no idea until I came across a friend of mine who posted the following passage on his Facebook wall. And he started by saying my sentiments exactly, and then hashtag flat earth, and this is what was said in what he posted. Why does it matter about the shape of the earth, you ask? For starters, how about a 19.3 billion annual NASA budget? How about the current model of science they are teaching in every school? Think about it. If the truth got out that the earth is flat, stationary, and the sun, moon, and stars orbiting around us, that proves intelligent design or creation and destroys evolution and the notion that we're an infinitesimal cosmic accident hurtling through an infinite universe on the way to nowhere. It would blow the official state religion, atheism, to bits. It would show every science book to be a fraud and every scientist to be a charlatan. It would prove the government to be liars of such magnitude that they even lie to us about the very nature of the shape of the world upon which we live. It would cause a breakdown in their control over us. That is the end of the statement which he put. And then the comments came. Now, only 2 of his friends commented. Okay, so the first comment was, exactly. And the second friend said, well written. Admiral E. Byrd's interview in 1954, mind-blowing. Snoop Dogg sings about the flat earth. Hillary Clinton said it during her 2008 presidential campaign. Trump said it last year. Then I look at the Korean flag, telling us exactly the fact that it is the sun and the moon that are not so far away from our planet and tend to orbit right above our planet. 2 likes. And then my argument with this guy began. And there are 89 replies. My first comment was, are these hashtag alternative facts? Okay, so that was just the start. And then he says, research hashtag flat earth Derek Tafuma. You will be amazed. The globe, earth is the lie. Then I said, I can't believe I'm hearing this. Is this fake news? And then he said, prejudice will not make you any more wiser. When you look around you, do you see a round world? To which I replied, does that mean it's not round? To which he replied, the reason we have been made to believe it is round is due to educational visual programming. This is why they placed a globe model in every classroom right from kindergarten to university. A globe earth only exists in the imagination, in textbooks, magazines, movies, and in NASA propaganda, computer-generated video footage. The earth is flat and stationary and enclosed within a dome firmament. To which I said, really? How do you explain day and night and the seasons? To which he said, the sun and moon act as spotlights in the sky. They illuminate the earth in different locations locally because they are much nearer than we have been made to believe. That is, they are not billions of miles away. As for seasons, The sun orbits from the tropic to tropic, and this is what creates the different seasons. Many people across the world are awakening to this reality. Just go on YouTube and type flat earth. Watch some of the videos, especially of images that have been recorded at heights of 10,000 to 300,000 feet above the surface. To which I replied, really? Does the moon orbit the earth? Above the flat earth, it is the sun and the moon that move, not the earth. So the earth is flat and stationary. To which I said, what's on the other side of the flat earth? Then he said, you need to first of all see the flat earth. You are engaging cognitive dissonance at the minute, and it's not healthy for your mind. Then I said, if you travel in a straight line, will you fall off the edge of the flat earth? Then he says, like I said, you first of all need to see the flat earth, dear brother. Then I said, the earth is not flat. He said, it is. Can you show me or tell me where the curvature is? And then I said, our normal senses are not adapted to observe the vast dimensions of the earth and the moon. Then he said, that's the problem. That's what you've been made to believe. The facts of nature are clearly observable, yet no motion of the earth nor its curvature have ever been detected anywhere. Then I said, that's not true. The photographs of the earth taken from the moon landing clearly show a spherical earth. Also, photographs from the International Space Station show this. To which he said, moon landing? You don't know that was a hoax? To which I replied, then he carries on. Can I show you video footage of the day Earth? I ignored that and I just said, some people believe it was a hoax. That doesn't mean it was a hoax. And then he said, it was a hoax. No one has ever left the Earth's lower orbit. Then I said, how about missions to Mars? Is that also a hoax? Then he said, no one has ever gone past the Van Allen radiation belt. Then I said, so the Mars rover missions are a hoax? Then he said, studio and computer graphics. To which I replied, do you believe there are satellites which enable global telecommunications, including satellite navigation? Then he said, no, I don't. Communication is enabled by undersea cables and ground transmitters and towers. Then I said, I can't believe this. Then he said, of course you don't, because you're just regurgitating what you've been programmed to believe. And then he carried on, yet the very world around you shows you the reality. Then I said, no, it doesn't. To which he replied, where then is the curvature? And then I said, if you don't observe it with your limited senses, it doesn't mean it's not there. To which and then I also carried on to say, if we can't see atoms with our naked eyes, it doesn't mean they don't exist. And then he laughed, haha. So it's only there in theory rather than in reality? Come on now, lol. How can you compare atoms and the shape of the earth? What is your proof that the earth is a globe spinning aimlessly in space rather than a flat and stationary plane? To which I replied, I'm not comparing them, I'm bringing attention to scale. Then he said, no need. To which I replied, it's not spinning aimlessly in space, it's obeying the laws of mechanical gravity. To which he replied, the earth is flat. What you're suggesting only exists in theory. And then I replied, and I had about 4 replies here. The moon is falling towards the earth. The earth is roughly spherical. The ships disappear at the horizon for that reason. They don't fall off the edge. Neither does the water. To which he replied, there is no edge. But the Antarctic ring of ice, which holds the waters and oceans and seas in place, and then it continues. But you said water is held in place by gravity. Law. That's just absurd. To which I replied, if the earth is flat like a plate as you claim, then it has an edge. You can't eat your cake and have it too. To which he replied, because apparently that globe of yours is only spinning at 1,000 miles per hour. That is why I asked to see the flat earth. Have you heard of the Antarctic ring of ice? To which I replied, come on, don't be intellectually dishonest. I'm following your claim that the earth is flat and asking you how it is that it doesn't fall off. Antarctic ring? That's a joke, right? To which he replied, that's the answer. Find out what about the Antarctic ring of ice. Ha ha ha. I laughed. I still can't believe what you're saying. Then he posted a picture of the supposed ring of ice, which is just ice on the right hand side and water on the left hand side. To which I said, so are there other planets and are they also flat? And then he said, Antarctic surrounds the Earth at its outermost parts. Then I asked, how does this picture show it's a ring? And I said, it's not true. Then he said, check out the logo of United Nations. Then I said, conspiracy theory, what about it? Then he posted a picture of the United Nations logo, which shows all the planets on like concentric circles, and then there's like a plant along the left and right hand side, like rice. Okay. Then he posted another picture which showed exactly that, but it says a map of the world in 1945, map used for war strategy and air travel. It's a flat Earth map. And then it says, Earth is flat, research it. Okay. The truth is, you can find anything on the internet, but it doesn't mean it's accurate. So that picture, also it says, then I asked him, or in fact I said, that's how you project a 3D image onto a 2D surface. Okay, so the Earth is a 3D image. How do you project it onto a two-dimensional surface? Okay, it's gonna look flat, but that doesn't mean the Earth is flat. And then even the second picture, I told him that it was just another 2D projection of a 3D image. Then he says, Lord, that's just lies. There are many globe Earth logos too. And then I asked, is your shadow 3D? Like, you are a 3D person, but does your shadow appear 3D? He didn't answer that. He says, instead, that map is called the Gleason's map. It is a flat Earth map, not a globe Earth map projected to 2D. It's an air map. Read the title, I said. As it is, the author of this map, he says, was a flat Earth believer. He also wrote a book about this very map. Then I said, he was a believer. That doesn't mean he's right. To which he said, Lo, that's the map that is on the UN logo, mate. Then I just laughed. Ha ha ha. Then he says, keep an open mind and do some research. And then I said, well, that's my job. That's my daily job. I'm a physicist. Then he says, ha ha ha. You're one of those, huh? I didn't want to say it at the start. Okay? Because I thought it was going to shift the argument. I wanted to find out exactly what this guy is talking about. Okay? So I led him on and on and on and on until I got to the stage where he asked me to keep an open mind and to do some research. And I said, well, that's what I do for a living. I'm a physicist. Then he says, ha ha ha, you're one of those, huh? Then I said, yes. Charlatans, law, he said, charlatans. Then I said, we take that as a compliment, to which he laughed. Okay, so as I was doing this, some more responses have come in, and frankly, I think I'm done with this um, argument or discussion. So there's a few more which I'm going to find out what these people have said. These are new people. So I also posted something on my own wall. I said I just met two guys who believe that the earth is flat. Alternative facts I hashtagged. So I've had one like, and this guy followed me to my Facebook page and he commented. He said, well, it most certainly is flat. To which I replied, I still can't believe you believe that. To which he said, I still can't believe you are living on a globe spinning at 1,000 miles per hour, yet so much motions have ever been detected. I think he meant no such motions have ever been detected. To which I says who? How do you explain day and night and the seasons? Then he said, goodbye, friend. Lo. To which I said, goodbye. And to my rescue came one of my friends who said, we know it's not flat because we've gone to space. And then he says, you've gone to space? I think, frankly, this guy, I don't think he's really serious about this. He sounds quite genuinely serious, but I hope he's not serious because not in this day and age. Let's see. So I think I've read that. Now let's see. There's another comment over here. So this guy comes in after I said, okay, so there was another comment which said the truth would cause such chaos. For example, how many schools, universities would shut down their science departments? To which I replied, why would they shut them down? To which he replied, really you need to ask why? Because of the lies they teach, e.g., as above in the article. Then I said, how does that article prove we're teaching lies? To which he said, evolution, astrophysics, and other subjects related to globalist lies. Then I said, is there a universe? Then he posted, I think it's a Wikipedia destination. All existing matter and space considered as a whole, the cosmos, the universe is believed to be at least 10 billion light years in diameter and contain the vast number of galaxies. It has been expanding since its creation in the Big Bang about 13 billion years ago. To which continued, universe created by a Big Bang law. Non-living matter cannot create living matter. If this ball earth is spinning at 1,000 miles per hour, no plane could ever land. Okay, I'm gonna respond to those. I think I'll respond to those, and then I'm really disappointed because I can't believe there are people who believe this. You cannot create non-living matter, You need to read a book called A Universe from Nothing by Lawrence Krauss. Let me just reply to this guy. Read A Universe from Nothing by Lawrence Krauss. Obviously, he's not going to read that because it might mess up with what he believes. If this Earth is spinning at 1,000 miles per hour, no plane could ever land. Wrong. Not according to Einstein's theory of relativity. Okay, there was another video that was posted. Let me find that one. Okay, must be this one. Okay, it was a picture, 46 replies, and he posted a picture of what looks like a flat earth. He says our home, flat earth, hashtag flat earth. Then I said, not true, because I've been following this argument. I said, not true. Then he said, think for a second. Does a body of water curve on its surface? Does water wrap around a ball? Then I said, have you heard of gravity? And he said, it's a theory that does exist in reality. It has never been proven. Is that your proof for the oceans wrapping around the globe? Come on now. To which I said, what makes an object fall? He didn't answer that. He did. He said density and mass of the object vis-a-vis the air around it. Nothing to do with gravity. This is why smoke rises. Then I said, what is weight? Then he says, never mind weight. Then I asked, okay, what is mass? And he says, a measure of an object's inherent matter. Then I said, what is matter? And he said, you are digressing. Okay, because I wanted to see if this guy really understands what he's talking about. Then he puts up a video and he says, can you explain this? Then I said, edge of space. What is space? Because the picture is talking about the edge of space, like someone saw the edge of space. So I wanted to know if he knows what space is in the first place. Then he says, can you watch first? Then I said, the guy is just after YouTube views, but will do for argument's sake. So I really didn't want to watch the video. It was 11 minutes long, so I decided, okay, I'll just watch it for argument's sake. I couldn't really watch it. It was just a guy with a webcam just flying in a balloon. It didn't show anything. Then I said, that's a rubbish video, come on. Then he says, rubbish in what sense exactly? He said, it shows nothing. It's an amateur video and it shows nothing. Then he says, never mind that. I'm not taking any more questions. You have selective learning and I cannot help that. So this is a guy who is teaching a physicist and he says, I have selective learning. By the way, he doesn't know that I'm a physicist yet. Okay? So do you see, it goes on to say, do you see any globe curvature? What you see is a flat earth and a flat horizon rising to the eye level. Then I said, because your vision is limited to how far you can see. That's why we invented telescopes. Then he says, so how far does one need to be in order to see the slightest curvature? Then it continues to say, how is the measurement of the Earth's curvature accounted for? They say it is at a rate of 8 inches per mile. At 1,000 feet we should see curvature because of this, yet we do not. Then I said, do you realize that every time you try to reach the horizon, it keeps moving away from you? The horizon is the same distance away from you in a circle. Then he says, of course, because the earth is much more vast than we have been made to believe. It doesn't prove it is a globe. The horizon itself is always flat. Then I said, you are at the circumference of a circle whose radius is the distance to the horizon. And he says, that's rubbish. Lol. And I said, wrong. Then he says, you speak of a circle, yet no such curvature is detected anywhere. And he says, the horizon is always flat. Can you prove otherwise? Then I said the circle does not imply curvature. The circle is how far the eye can see. We have different radii depending on how good our eyesight is. Then he says what? You would have curvature obviously by virtue of it being presumably a globe. Why would it be flat and straight, with water flat on its surface always? Which circle are you on about, mate? Where is this circle you speak of? Then I said, what you call the horizon is equidistant from you. Horizon from horizontal? No curvature, no sphere, but flat? Then I said, wrong. Okay, there's two more replies as I was doing this. And the first one is, let's see, there's more replies. Let's find it. More replies. And it says, because I'd responded, not according to Einstein. He says, I don't need, because I just responded that Read the Universe from Nothing by Lawrence Krauss, and then that is wrong according to Einstein's theory of relativity. And he said, I don't need to read it. My rocks always stay rocks. Fair enough. I think that's the end of the argument. And then let's see, is this one got, this is something else. They should soon understand. That's a different story altogether. Okay, so I still cannot believe that there are people who believe that the earth is flat. I mean, if you look at the history of the earth, some people were actually killed for saying that the earth is spherical and not flat, but that has since been proven scientifically that the earth is flat. And basically we know the earth is flat because if you look far into the horizon, you can, especially if you look out at sea, you can, and there's a ship going away from you, you can see it disappearing. And the fact that it's disappearing means it's going over the curvature of the earth. And also the distance from you to the horizon is the same in all directions, which means you are in the center of the circle which forms your horizon, which forms the place where the curvature is taking place. We've also seen images from the moon which show that the earth is a sphere. We've also seen images from the International Space Station which saw sunrise and sunset and the curvature of the earth. Okay, so we are not confused about the curvature of the earth. We are not denying that the earth is a sphere. Okay, we've showed it scientifically, so I don't think there should be an argument. But I think we still have a lot of work to do in terms of educating people about science. And personally, I think we've not been doing enough, and we have people who still believe otherwise. So I think I'm going to do more videos on science and just to explain a few concepts and dispel some of the myths that are being peddled by people who obviously are ignorant of the science. So thank you for watching. I know it's been a long one, but I had to go through this and I really had to get it off my chest. So thank you for watching.